Welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adini Ajishafe. Well, the Nigerian Football Federation right now are trying to do everything possible to make sure Nigerian Super Eagles perform better at the AFCON. But as it is right now, the AFCON, will it hold or not? According to the news filtering in, the CAF president, Patrick Motsepe, declares that it will hold. He has actually been in Cameroon since on Monday, and right now we have, while he was talking to the press, we have the clip where he addressed the press concerning the AFCON, although there are a lot of pressure from FIFA or also ECA, that's the European Club Association, that AFCON may not hold for now, maybe postponed or whatever. But as it is, the AFCON, according to Patrick Motsepe, will hold, considering what Cameroon has put in place, and also that COVID-19 is not as rampant in Africa compared to Europe, despite the fact that it was very rampant in Europe. The Euro also held as at that time. Well, let's quickly listen to the voice of the clip of Patrick Motsepe speaking to the press.
You made a wonderful appraisal of this facility. You're here again 20 days to the AFCON. What appraisal do you make of this facility, and what does it mean for the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations that's slated to kick off in 20 days?
What has changed?
Sorry?
What has changed?
Well, I was very honored to welcome the minister and my brother. We're all brothers here. And we've got sisters as well, wonderful sister. I was honored to welcome them in Cairo a few weeks ago for the extraordinary General Assembly of the 54 presidents of CAF in Africa. And my message when we closed was, we will all meet in a few weeks' time in Cameroon, because this AFCON Cup is a competition, it's a tournament for the people of Cameroon and for the people of Africa. And I am so proud and so excited about the work that has been done. And you can see that there's a huge commitment and a focus to make sure that some of those issues that are being put in place in the next few days, good progress is being made. My message is to Africa and to the world. We are going to host, in partnership with the government of Cameroon, the people of Cameroon, CAF. That's why I've got my brother here, the vice president, and I've also got the general secretary. And I'm very proud to have our very own new president, brand new president, Edo. And makes us so proud, so proud. And we are ready to show the world the best of African football, but also the best of African hospitality, and the best of, Africans are a caring and a loving people. So it's going to be a successful AFCON, the most successful.
In January? When the kickoff?
Well, I'm here from January 7th. And if I'm here January 7th, I'm here 7.
Yes,
7.
okay.
Everybody must be here 7. So come January 9, they must kick off. So, but it's also important, we have to believe in our people. We have to stop being the ones that lack confidence and are always expressing skeptical, negative views of our own people. All over the world, there are competitions where there are challenges, and sometimes people get 95%. We have to be more optimistic. And sometimes we are overcritical of ourselves. If we are not going to have confidence in our people, who's going to have confidence in our people? So I'm confident, I'm excited, and I'm proud of my brother here. Very, very proud. And I'm proud of the work that my brother here has done, the government, and I'm told the governor is here as well. My very own Eto. And also my brother, the vice president of CAF, my friend Veron, and our minister there. This is the generation where Africans must believe in Africans. We can host a football competition that's as good as you can see in Europe and in the world. So see you when we start January 9. As I said, I'm going to be here January 7. I'm bringing my wife and children because we are all Cameroonians now.
Well, CAF President Patrick Motsepe is talking there, at least appreciating what Cameroon has put in place ahead of the AFCON that will be starting by January 9. He said he will be there by January 7, and he really wants people to believe in Africa and also to know that they've put a lot into this and it must work. At least putting aside the worries, a lot of people right now thinking, well, will it stay or not? Well, as it is, I have in the studio with me in person of Olawale Peters, who will be talking concerning this particular issue. Well, AFCON will hold or not, and that has been generating a lot of issues right now. And the CAF president, Patrick Motsepe, the South African man, is there right now. And he actually spoke that Africa, people should believe in themselves. Also, it will be there by January 7th, sending signal that this thing will hold. And a lot of people are okay, but there's still pressure saying that this event must not, because they want to curb the spread of COVID-19.
Okay, I think I love that statement. We should believe in Africa. We should believe in ourselves. I think it's high time we say no to the post-colonization of African football by the Europeans. Sincerely. What is the reason why they want us to postpone for the second time the AFCON? Because of COVID. What happened in July when they played the Euro? That was when we had the surge in this same COVID Delta variant. In UK, where they played the final between Italy and Spain, it was reported that they had increase of 30% of what they've been having before. What happened? Did they call it off? They play in other European countries. They play in Russia, St. Petersburg. They play quarterfinal there. And that place also, they have high rate of COVID infection. So why this excuse that we should postpone AFCON for the second time? Is it an issue that, okay, they have to dictate to us all the time what we need to do? If it is something that is obvious due to health concerns that we cannot handle, or the case of COVID is rampant in Africa, in Cameroon, we will understand with them. But I see politics
in this now.
I see politics in this. Okay, let's look at Cameroon to start with. How many cases of COVID-19 do they have? As at now, they have 110,000 reported cases and 1,500 deaths so far. Compared to UK, that they have almost 11 million reported cases of COVID-19. The Premiership management, they had a meeting yesterday, and they came out after their meeting that they are not postponing the league, the Premier League. They are still going to continue. They put mayor in places to continue the Premiership. Why us in Africa? There's going to be a World Club Cup, I think in February also.
Yes.
In UAE. Is it UAE?
Yes.
UAE. Have they called it off? No.
Sorry, in Qatar.
In Qatar, sorry. They haven't called it off. So why always Africa? Is it because the Premiership, they are losing almost 40 players?
So that alone is making
that
them
that
feel...
alone is making them to feel jittery? No, we shouldn't dance to it. And like what the CAF president said, this is the time for us, all African, to come together and speak with one voice. I think the FIFA president is also tending towards the postponement of the AFCON. But if you have the fact already that these are the reason why we should postpone it for health concern, we'll agree with them, no problem. But without that, Serie A is going on. German Bundesliga, all the leagues, Champions League are going on, Europa Leagues are going on. Why only Africa? So I think this is the time to send a message to them that we can do it. And from the video clip and the statement from the CAF president, we've seen what Cameroon
has put in
place a lot. They've invested a lot. So why should we be dancing to the tune of, why should they be dictating to us? They did it to our forefathers. They can't do it to us again. It shows that we are relevant to their livelihood. And all these players they are talking about, they are a citizen of their country first
before
playing for their club. So the citizen comes, your country comes first before the club. So I think I don't think there's any cause for alarm. We should all be prepared to be there come January 7th for the kickoff on January 9th for the festive period. So I think there's no cause for alarm. I also know that they're going to have a final meeting, because the meeting they had yesterday is like more like a deadlock. The FIFA president also probably will join them for tomorrow's meeting, in which a final decision will be taken. However, they are not to dictate to us. We have everything in place to host the AFCON come January 9, 2000 successfully.
I love the fact that CAF president Patrick Motsepe, or at least standing his ground that Africa should believe in themselves, and also looking at what Cameroon has put in place. They deserve to host this AFCON. After all, Euro happened in July and nothing stopped it despite the COVID-19 at the peak that time. Well, we also hope that Africa will always have what it takes to stand as a continent. This continent has really suffered a lot, and we just have to be given that independent totally, according to Olawale Peters. There now, we quickly look at some fixtures that is coming up in the La Liga fixtures before we come back to that issue of AFCON. La Liga fixtures quickly. Villarreal will be playing against Alaves, while Sevilla hosts Barcelona. A big match there between Sevilla and Barcelona. This match, I don't even want to see what's going to happen post-Messi between Sevilla and Barcelona. Xavi has taken over. What will he do with this against this team, who are somehow one of the top teams in La Liga?
I think we've seen what Xavi have done so far for Barcelona since he came on board. I think the spirit is coming back to them, the spirit of Barcelona. It may take time, but they are getting there already. So I see this as a win match for Barcelona to keep their hope of top 4 alive. Currently, they are 8th on the league, and they are having 27 points. Winning tonight's match will take them to 30 points, 4th position. So that shows they are about to enter the new year with the hope that we can do it. I can make it. That shows that we don't need to be fighting for Europa League before we can get qualification to play next year Champions League. So I see a match is going to be very interesting. We know Sevilla also, they are very hard to crack, but I give it to Barcelona tonight. They have a lot to fight for and to prove to the world that the post-Messi is not the end of the team. So.
Good one there, line analysis there. When we look at what will happen between Villarreal and Alaves, Samuel Chukwueze was on some song over the weekend, and now we will be playing also today between Villarreal and Alaves at the team where they call them Yellow Submarine. They will play that game well. Hopefully, they also will do well. According to him, he said Barcelona should be able to carry the day against Sevilla. Wait to see that will be played between the two teams and let the best team wins. Talking about the La Liga Santander. Quickly, let's look at the Serie A. Italian Serie A. Some fixtures will also be coming up today in the matches. Now, we'll quickly look at those fixtures as we talk about all the teams that will be playing in the Italian Serie A. Where Udinese will be at home against Salernitana. Salernitana have been the whipping child in the Italian Serie A for a while now. Atalanta will play away against Genoa, while Juventus will be at home against Cagliari. Another big match there. Juventus holding their own against Cagliari. They won 2-0 over the weekend, and now they'll be playing at home at the stadium in Turin against Cagliari.
I think this is a must-win match for Juventus in order to keep their top 4 hope alive. And if you look at their opponent, Cagliari, I think they've won only one match this season so far. So them and Salernitana, they are almost the whipping team in the Serie A. So I think it should be a one-sided match for Juventus tonight against Cagliari. So I expected them to leave their present position, at least to move closer to the top 4.
Well, as it is right now, Udinese will also be facing Salernitana there. That team, we have two Nigerians there, Simeon Nwako and also Joel Obi. But the team right now are not really performing so well. Hoping that they will be able to get their acts together when they face Udinese today. Where another Nigerian in Udinese is going to be a Nigerian affair today because success is also there. Will he be able to save his team as they play against Salernitana over there in the city of Udine? Well, quickly, we've talked about all the matches that will be coming up in Italia Serie A to let you know that a particular club called Juventus right now are weighing up ideas of buying some rather striker. Well, they are looking at 3 strikers, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and not forgetting Edison Cavani. Cavani is interested in Juventus. If they can get a 34-year-old Cavani from Uruguay, they will actually sign him, or they will go for Mauro Icardi. Mauro Icardi plays for PSG and also is interesting Juventus, and they want to see if they can get him. That's Aubameyang there, the Gabonese player who right now has been removed as a captain of Arsenal. Although it's not finding it easy, maybe Juventus can easily sign him up to join them. 32-year-old Aubameyang is not finding it easy under Arteta right now. He might just want to move away. That is Juventus trying to see if they can buy him. And you also have another player talking about Cavani alongside Mauro Icardi. These are the players that Juventus are looking at if they can get one striker in January.
Okay, I think a very good move for Juventus because they need to replace Ronaldo. They need to start getting in the goals. And however, I think they're going to have to compete with Barcelona when it comes to Cavani because they've shown interest in Cavani also. And Cavani is even ready to force his move from Manchester United to Barcelona. He has never played in La Liga before, so he wants to have his debut to see what it takes to play for a great club like Barcelona.
Okay.
So that means Juve, they have to slug or fight it out with Barcelona. And then also talking about Mauro Icardi, I think it's high time for him to leave PSG. If you look at his performance before, we have the likes of Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi now. It has been going down. This season, he has scored only 3 goals. And since he joined PSG from Inter on loan, he has scored 22 goals. But this season has not been fantastic for him. You can't have the likes of Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar up from there. You have to be world class. However, if Juve are coming knocking, I think it's better for him
to switch instantly
to Serie A, where he has done very based on his performance. I think he became Inter Milan captain at the age of 22 years old. So they gave him that responsibility because they knew what they can get from him. So switching back to Serie A, where he has established himself, he knows the pattern, because that's very important. When the player wants to move from one country to another country, you must go to where fit your style of play best, so that your case will not be like the case of those that move from one country to another country and we said, oh, what happens to them? They're not getting it again. So I think it's a very good one for Juve if they can do that. Then for Aubameyang, I think the best thing for him to do right now
is to leave
Arsenal. The best thing for him to do now is to leave Arsenal. He brought this upon himself because if you're in a position of leadership, you have to lead by example. And this is not the first time, this is not the second time that this occurred. I listened to Jurgen Klopp when they asked him about this issue. He said when they are at Borussia Dortmund before, what they do for Aubameyang, if they're having a meeting by 11 a.m., they will tell Aubameyang the meeting is 10:45 because he is a perpetual latecomer. So they know that, and it's not good for a player of his caliber, of his standard. We know what we talk about, attitude. It can take you far. What took Ronaldo to where he is today is attitude on the pitch and off the pitch. Same with Messi. So Aubameyang also, you really need to discipline himself. It's not good what we are hearing about him. He's a fantastic player. He's going through a lot now, but I don't see him reviving his career in Arsenal. the best for him
Is to
leave Arsenal. Is Juve the best place for him to go? I don't know.
Because of what? Okay, let's look at if he should move to Juve. We have Morata there and other strikers. But do you see him being able to hold down his shirt if he moves to Juventus?
Well, it depends on
Considering the style of football that they play in Italy. He was formerly in Borussia Dortmund, from Germany to England, physical football. But in Italy, defensive, and everybody holds, they don't want to score as a striker.
Well, I think he will perform very well in Italy, Serie A. Why do I say so? Let me look at Lukaku, for example. He left Premiership to, he's doing very well. Let's look at Tony Abraham also. He left Chelsea to Roma. He's doing he peaked. He's doing very well also. So a striker, if he can be able to do very well in Premiership, I think there's no club or no league that will not be able to do very well. Coming to Premier League and perform, it's most of the players' problem. But if you can do very well in England, definitely going to Spain, Italy, and France or wherever will not be a problem for the player.
And considering the fact that you have mentioned that his attitude should count, even if he goes to Juventus and he's going to peak, he should make sure he works on his attitude now.
He seriously needs to do that.
Well, we've been talking concerning the transfer rumor coming out that Juventus will be looking at getting Aubameyang, Cavani, and also Icardi. Either of them, they will be trying to see if they can sign them to join them at the Turin Arena there in Italy. Well, we've been talking about different sporting stories trending in the world of football and other sport. But to let you know that the volleyballers are winding up the competition they started almost 10 days ago. Nigerian Volleyball Premier League is ongoing over there at the MK Abiola Stadium, where the final will be coming up today. We'll be bringing you that in our subsequent edition, talking about the Nigerian Volleyball Premier League. But quickly, let's dwell quickly before we go, just a few words concerning AFCON. A lot of countries are beginning to release their provisional list now. Nigeria, we are still battling who will take us, who will not take us. Well, we just hope that we get things right.
You know one good thing about us in this country, we like fire brigade approach. That's the truth. By now, the AFCON is like 19 days from today. By now, we're supposed to have our provisional list out. Maybe what they want to do is the same way they did the issue of the coach, to tell us that they are bringing a new coach. Let's see the list of the players. Let's start criticizing. Let's know who we are bringing in to replace Victor Osimhen. Let's know that the striker you are bringing in place are better off. Let's know the midfielders you are bringing. From the list, we'll be able to know how we are going to perform at the AFCON. When we are seeing from maybe 23 players, we are seeing 17 defenders. We have to know that you're going to defend.
Or you want to attack.
You want to attack. So that is very, very, very important. I think it's high time Eguavon should quickly run up whatever they are doing and let us see the list so that we can know the hope we have. Maybe we should be expecting quarterfinal, semi-final, or
final.
after the
Or final.
final. So everything is possible.
It's very possible. We've been talking concerning AFCON. Nigeria's possibility getting to the final is very possible if you do things right, according to Lawale Peters there. Really, I want to appreciate your time with us in the studio.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Good one there. We've been talking on 360 Sports. Another times for we'll be bringing you much more concerning 360 Sport, where we want to appreciate your time. And don't forget to always log on to all our social media platforms. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.